Hello, I'm Donnie Pavlini with Donnie Pavlini Outdoors. Some time ago I made a video about the failure on the edge of a Condor Swamp Romper knife. And I made a comment where I said the sheath for the knife was worth the price of the knife. Well, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is because I'm keeping the knife for the sheath. And I love my Condor Bushlore knife, and so I'm gonna take my Bushlore. I'm gonna use the Condor Swamp Romper Sheath and make it a little more bushcrafty, if you will. So stick around. Let's see how this goes. So here we have it. Here is the Condor Swamp Romper Sheath, and here is the Condor Bushlore knife. I've had this for 2 years, no problems at all, and I simply adore this knife. This is my working knife. If I want to do, I'm seriously wanting to get out and do some work, not worry so much about my knife and so forth, this is the knife that I want. I really like this knife. But it's starting to look a little dingy, and we're going to see if we can clean it up a bit. And the sheath, I kind of want to age it. I kind of want to antique it a little bit. So, plus it needs a little protection. So to do that, these are the materials that we'll be using today. Went to Harbor Freight and got one of these buffing and polishing rigs, okay, for a little cordless drill or any kind of drill. I've got some beeswax. I've got some cooking oil. What I intend to do is do a little improvised fixing wax, okay? Got some sandpaper, and I've got a little container from a can to melt that, and in the back, last but certainly not least, we got some El Cafe Sexo Robusto, because after I'm done, I'm sure I'll need a coffee break. Now I'm taking a knife blade. This will take some time. You want to always keep the rotation going with you. You don't want to ever have the rotation going the other way where it cuts into the blade. And there it is. Okay. Now I've got a very cleaned up, presentable work knife. It's not so nasty like it was before. Doing our little version of a fixing sealing wax. We've got 4 parts of the beeswax, and we're gonna put 1 part of vegetable oil in here, okay? Am I recommending vegetable oil? Not really. I just don't have right now, today, this very minute, access to some of the other oils that they put in this stuff, you know. So we're going to use this. I will be using the knife for food preparation, so it just makes sense to me to use this. So right now we're going to put our wax in here, put our wax in our container, and 1 part of the cooking oil. Alright, now we're going to get this melted and see what happens. And this little tin right here, when I get through using this wax, I want to put some of this in here and let it harden so that I have it in my pack for use to waterproof things and to condition leather and things like that. And we have melted wax. Now before our wax completely coagulates and cools, I want to stir it, make sure it's all mixed up. And I made a little spout. There we go. And I'm just about out. Had a little trash at the bottom. And we sprung a leak. Evidently you can't put but a half a thing in this fixing wax. Okay, yeah, where the hinge is. Okay. No worries, because I'm going to need that. Right now I'm going to take a little bit of it, rub it on the handle, just to waterproof it. I don't want this wood losing some of its grip. What I like about the beeswax is it doesn't make things really slippery, even though you put oil in there. It actually improves the grip. It's got a slight tack to it. So get that rubbed in really well. I'm going to wipe the excess off. Got the handle of my knife waterproofed, and that's going to be an excellent protectant on there. Now with the sheath, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand this. I want to distress it some, and then we will apply some of this wax to it to seal it and protect it as well. The goal and intent here is to inflict selective ugliness to this. I want to make it look like it's been used a long time. What I'm doing is thinking about the edges. Wherever you have an edge is where things are going to wear first. Things that stick out, okay? So I'm definitely putting some abrasion along these edges, okay? On the loop, right here, you know? So and I'm going to use some of this straight off the table and start applying some to this sheet. I was careful not to sand too hard right in here because I don't want to interrupt the stitching. Oh yeah. Absolutely. This is going to be fine. I'm liking this. This knife in this sheath is a little bit like me. Hate to say it. A little rough around the edges and whimsical. Slightly darkens whenever you apply the wax, but it's got just enough to give it that worn look. So, see if we can show this right, properly. Starting here, and there's the loop. Didn't pay a whole lot of attention to the back. I gave it a little bit, but not a whole lot. You're not going to see the back of the knife anyway. But now what we have is a very broke-in looking sheath. And we'll add our knife. And let's go ahead and throw in our antler ferro rod. Now we got a decent little kit. Well, there you have it. Again. And now I've got a knife that I'm not worried about messing anything up. Not worried about it looking dingy, because it's supposed to. And yet its function is exactly what it needs to be. Guys, thanks for hanging out, and give it a shot. Got a little half tin of fix and wax. Now notice this is not the true fix and wax formula at all. This is just something that I'm using. I'm gonna try it out. Don't know for sure, but I tell you, it's a little harder than I'd like it. I think I needed a little bit more oil in it. Definitely could use some of that shea butter and stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna see how it goes. From Donnie Pavlini Outdoors to you and yours, thanks for watching. And please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and we'll see you in the woods. Take care.